Oh, feels good to be back.
Yeah, it's nice to be back streaming.
Hmm.
It's always difficult with those months where it feels like there's more weeks in between them.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's just like, oh, I miss it.
So last week we rolled up a badass of a character who completely got destroyed by uh what turns out to be a vampire witch. That was a twist I
Yeah,
did not see coming.
yeah, that was a surprise. Um, Especially because we'd heard nothing about her being a vampire up to that point, really.
Yeah, like there were no rumors, no little hints, no, just bam, vampire.
Yeah, very odd. Um, but as is our way, we'll be moving on to a new book this week, um, and we've just got to figure out what book we are interested in going for.
I think we were leaning towards Deathtrap Dungeon last time, weren't we?
I think so. Yeah, I think we were between Caverns of the Snow Witch and the Deathtrap Dungeon last time.
Hmm.
So I'd be happy to go ahead and unlock that first just now if you'd like.
Yeah, I mean, Deathtrap Dungeon has always held a place in my heart.
Do you think you're ready to visit it
Well,
again?
I've forgotten everything about it,
Ah,
so
perfect. All right. If I give us, we're back in just a second. I'm going to pop us on the pause screen.
oh, you cut me off. I'm being censored. You've muted yourself.
Hello, I've unmuted myself as well now for
Okay.
anyone that's listening, or at least if you're watching this back in the recording.
Hmm.
Right. Death Trap Dungeon.
Yeah, almost unlocked.
I shall pop us back to the in-game. There we go.
This was not the art that I had on my book as a teenager.
Yeah, it's a bit different.
I guess that was the original art that they had. God, I don't even remember like a lizard thing like that.
No, it's got a very strange. I guess like. Uh,
Looking over the shoulder,
yeah,
come hither. I think yeah, all the arts are different except for the Warlock of Fire Top Mountain, which I'm glad because that is some amazing art there.
yeah, it's really good. Um, I'm gonna very quickly look up what was the original art for Death Trap Dungeon.
The one I had was like a skeleton on a throne. He's covered in cobwebs and in armor. And the Caverns of the Snow Witch one that I had was and a yeti with like these like huge fangs gnawing on a bone.
So, yeah, I had the skeleton one as well. Um, I think I think this might be the original, although it's flipped round compared to the.
Oh, it's like mirrored.
Yeah. From how it seems anyway. So if anyone is just joining us, because I just got the notification through on my phone about us just going live, we're going to be playing Deathtrap Dungeon tonight after our last stream where we unfortunately were beaten by the vampiric Snow Witch.
Yeah.
It's a shocking defeat for us, I think.
Mhm. Mhm. Because we were doing so well. Like when we came up against that automaton, we were like, "Wow, this guy's hard. Why is he so hard so early?" And then we're like in the boss room.
Yeah. We just seem to just get there really quickly.
Hmm.
Although it wasn't until after the stream that I realised that I think that's what happened to me the first time I played that book.
Hmm.
Because it's been such a long time that I couldn't remember the details of it, but I vaguely remember getting to the boss early and being like, oh, how have I done this? Woefully unprepared.
Hmm.
Oh, I love those emojis.
That's my interpretation of Snow Witch. Uh, so, shall we dive in?
I think
Roll up
so.
our character who will definitely make it through Deathtrap Dungeon.
Absolutely. Alright. Let's open up the book. I don't know if we've got anyone with us, but if we do, feel free to say hello in chat. We're very interactive if this is your first time. Um, and yeah, let's get going.
We're not very interactive on the YouTube though, so if you say
Oh,
something,
yeah.
yeah, we're not going to be able to reply.
As always, do feel free to go onto our YouTube. There's previous streams on there.
Mm.
There's Fighting Fantasy. We've got
Oh, the art streams are really good.
yeah, the art streams are really fun to watch. We've actually got an art stream coming up as well, don't we?
Yes, but next week's is going to be creating a pirate character sheet for
Mm.
a homebrew pirate game. And then the week after that is going to be a build a monster workshop, make a monster workshop.
That sounds like it'll be good fun. Both of
Hmm.
them.
So there was a poll on the Derps Facebook page for what type of monster it would be.
Mm-hmm.
That's still up at the moment. And then I think on Sunday, another poll's going up for what challenge rating it will be.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like it's going to be good fun.
Yeah.
And we've got Jiggery Pokery in chat saying, hey, that's my stream, the pirate one. Good to see you.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you're excited. We're excited. Right.
Yeah, I do love a good pirate themed roleplay game.
Yeah, pirates are always good fun.
Well, except for Bloodbones, where
mm,
we get chucked out of a gambling den and then die to pirates.
yeah, we didn't do so well in Bloodbones. But, you know, it could have gone worse, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so we want adventure difficulty.
Yep.
So, first up is rolling our stamina.
Not the most important, but
Important
still
enough.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's see. Oh, we got a 5.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
If we're going to take a lower roll, I'd have it in stamina.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there's ways of us recovering stamina a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next it's our skill
Skill.
level.
Snake eyes. I'm calling it.
Oh!
Ah! See, I just had to trick fate there.
Of course.
See? Yeah. Although I shouldn't have given the game away before we rolled luck.
Oh, the luck. So, if this is your first time watching us, historically our luck rolls have been wanting.
Unlucky.
Yeah. Um, okay.
I'm just gonna close my eyes.
3, 2, 1. Oh, we got a 4!
This is a decent character. Okay, we've got a decent character. We're playing my favourite book.
Yes, this should hopefully, touch wood, be
Mm-hmm.
should be a fun one. First, our next step is picking our potion. So we've got skill, strength, and fortune. Um,
Um. Oh, this is always tough.
hmm, yeah, so let's think. Does anybody in chat have any thoughts on what potion we should take this time? Our the skill potion will restore our skill, and so will the stamina. The
Luck
strength.
does the same, but also adds an extra luck on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to cast my memory back to see how much luck is involved. Just cast my memory back like 18 years.
Yeah, it's a hard one.
17 years? I remember a couple of luck-based traps. But maybe skill's more important.
So we have a strong skill.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe just the stamina to get through it. That is our weakest.
yeah, our stamina is definitely our lowest, so having extra healing is always good. Um, should we go for the strength potion then?
Yeah. Let's buff up.
And it's our equipment. So each meal gives us back 4 stamina. Um, does it tell us how many we get this time?
It's always 10, right?
I think so, although Buttbones was different.
Yeah. It was 0. Which is like 10 if you take away the 1. Oh no, there you go. Adventurers and free readers start with 10. Hardcore
Perfect.
start with 3.
Alright, let me take a quick drink of juice before we get going.
May the luck of the gods go with you and you're on your adventure ahead.
Okay. Let's get ready to begin then. Despite its name, Fang was an ordinary small town in the northern province of Chiang Mai, I think that's how it's pronounced. Situated on the banks of the River Kok, it made a convenient stopover for river traders and passengers throughout most of the year. A few barges, rafts, and sometimes even a large sailboat could usually be found moored at Fang. But all that was long ago before the creation of the Trial of Champions. Now, once a year, the river is crammed with boats as people arrive from hundreds of miles around, hoping to witness the breaking of an ancient tradition in Fang and see a victor in the Trial of Champions. Each year, warriors and heroes come to Fang to face the test of their lives. Survival is unlikely, yet many take the risk, for the prize is great. A purse of 10,000 gold pieces, and the freedom of Chiang Mai forever. However, to become a champion is no easy task. Some years ago, a powerful baron of Fang called Sukhumvit decided to bring attention to this town by creating the ultimate contest. With the help of the townspeople, he constructed a labyrinth deep in the hillside behind Fang, from which there was only one exit. The labyrinth was filled with all kinds of deadly tricks and traps and loathsome monsters. Succumvit had designed it in meticulous detail, so that anybody hoping to face its challenge would have to use their wits as well as weapon skill. When he was finally satisfied that all was complete, he put his labyrinth to the test. He picked 10 of his finest guards and, fully armed, they marched into the labyrinth. They were never seen again.
So long-time Derps members will know that I have been running a Deathtrap dungeon themed one-shot quite regularly. Usually at like the start of the year or during the 24-hour events that we had before. Uh, and each year, I have people who survive, so it's not that unlikely.
So we never know, maybe we'll be fortunate this time.
Hmm.
The tale of the ill-fated guards soon spread throughout the land, and it was then that Succumbit announced the first trial of champions. Messengers and news sheets carried his challenge: 10,000 gold pieces and the freedom of Chiang Mai forever to any person surviving the perils of the Labyrinth of Fang. The first year, 17 brave warriors attempted the walk, as it later came to be known. Not one reappeared. As the years passed and the trial of champions continued, it attracted more and more challengers and spectators. Fang prospered and would prepare itself months in advance for the spectacle it hosted each year. The town would be decorated, tents erected, dining halls built, musicians, dancers, fire eaters, illusionists, and every other sort of entertainer hired. And entries registered from hopeful individuals intent on making the walk. The week leading up to the festival finds the people of Fang and its visitors in wild celebration. Everybody sang, drank, danced and laughed until the day of the trial broke. The town thronged to the gates of the labyrinth to watch the first challenger of the year step forward to face the trial of champions. Having seen one of Succumbit's challenge flyers nailed to a tree, you decide that this year you will attempt the walk. For the last 5 years you've been attracted to it, not for the rewards, but for the simple fact that nobody has ever yet emerged victorious from the labyrinth. You intend to make this the year in which a champion is crowned. Gathering up a few belongings, you set off immediately. Are we ready?
I think so.
2 days' walk takes you west to the coast, where you enter the cursed port Blacksand. Wasting no time in that city of thieves, you buy your passage on a small boat sailing north to where the River Cock meets the sea, and from there you raft up the river for 4 days until you finally arrive in Fang. The trial begins in 3 days' time, and the town is in an almost hysterical mood of excitement. You register your entry with the officials and are given a violet scarf to tie around your arm, informing everyone of your status. For 3 days you enjoy Fang's greatest hospitality and are treated like a demigod. During the long merriment, you almost forgot your purpose in Fang, but the evening before the trial, the magnitude of the task ahead begins to dominate your thoughts. Later, you are taken to a special guest house and shown to your room. There is a splendid 4-poster bed with satin sheets to help you rest, but there is little time left for sleep. Ecopunks in the chat, not being very optimistic on our chances.
I'm not gonna die. Like, I have insider knowledge, sort of.
Kind of. So just before we begin, in case we've got anybody new, there is a mechanic with the digital books that we're using that give us the option of bookmarks. We try to limit them so that we're not sort of cheating too often, but if there becomes like a hard choice or perhaps
An arbitrary left or right.
yeah, then we might pop a bookmark down. Also, if you in chat think it's a good time to pop down a bookmark, feel free to say, and we'll often honour it unless we've recently had a bookmark put down and it feels like it's too short a time, you know. But yeah. Egopunk says, nah, no one dies in the murder maze, in the lethal labyrinth.
No. I mean, people do, just not us.
Yeah, we're going to be successful. Just before dawn, a trumpet call awakens you from vivid dreams of flaming pits and giant black spiders. Minutes later, there's a knock on your door, and a man's voice rings out, saying, The challenge begins. Oh, sorry.
I'm the voice guy.
Sorry.
The challenge begins soon. Please be ready to leave in 10 minutes.
You climb out of bed, walk over the window, and open the shutters. Already people are thronging through the streets, moving quietly through the morning mist, spectators on their way to the labyrinth, no doubt, hoping to find good vantage points from which to watch the competitors. You turn away and walk over to a wooden table on which your trusty sword lies. You pick it up and cut the air with a mighty sweep, wondering what beasts its sharp edge may soon have to meet. Then you open the door into the corridor. A small man greets you with a low bow as you emerge from your bedroom.
Please follow me,
He says. He turns to his left and walks quickly towards the stairs at the end of the corridor. Leaving your guest house, he darts down narrow alleyways between houses, and you soon have to walk quickly to keep up with him. Soon you come into a wide dirt road lined with cheering crowds. When they see your violet scarf, they cheer even louder, start showering you with flowers. The long shadows cast by the people in front of you shrink as the bright yellow sun rises higher in the morning sky. Standing there in front of the noisy and vibrant crowd, you feel strangely alone, aware of your coming ordeal. Suddenly, you feel a tug on your shirt and see your small guide eagerly beckoning you to follow him. Ahead you see the looming hillside and the dark mouth of a tunnel disappearing into its inner depths. As you get closer, you notice two great stone pillars on either side of the tunnel entrance. The pillars are covered with ornate carvings, writhing serpents, demons, deities, each seeming to scream a silent warning to those who would pass beyond them. You see Baron Succumvit himself standing by the entrance, waiting to greet the contenders of the trial of champions. You count 5 others standing proudly in line, their violet scarves displayed for all to see. There are 2 bare-chested barbarians dressed in furs. They stand completely motionless, legs straight and slightly apart, arms thrust forward to rest on the hilts of their long, double-headed battle axes. A sleek elven woman with golden hair and feline green eyes is adjusting the crossbelt of daggers wrapped around her leather tunic. Of the 2 remaining men, one is covered from head to foot in iron plate armour, with a plumed helmet and a crested shield. The other is cloaked in black robes, only his dark eyes showing between the swaths of his black face scarves. Long knives, a wire garrote, and other silent death weapons hang from his belt. The 5 contenders acknowledge your arrival, with almost imperceptible nods of the head. You turn to face the exultant crowd for the last time. Suddenly, a hush falls over the crowd as Baron Succumvit steps forward holding 6 bamboo sticks. You draw one from his outstretched hands and read the word fifth. Then the trial begins. The knight is first. He salutes the crowd before disappearing into the tunnel, and is followed half an hour later by the elf. Next goes the barbarian, and then the dark assassin. Now it's your turn to salute the crowd. Holding your violet scarf aloft, you take one final deep breath of cool, fresh air, before turning to pass between the stone-pillared gateway into Succumvit's corridors of power, to face unknown perils on the walk through the mighty Baron's Deathtrap dungeon. Now turn over. The clamour of the excited spectators gradually fades as you venture deep into the gloom of the cavern tunnel. Large crystals hang from the tunnel roof at 20-metre intervals, radiating a soft light, just enough for you to see your way. As your eyes gradually become accustomed to the near darkness, you begin to see movement all around. Spiders and beetles crawling up and down the chiselled walls disappear quickly into the cracks and crevices as they sense your approach. Rats and mice scurry along the floor ahead of you. Droplets of water drip into small pools with an eerie plopping sound, which echoes down the tunnel. The air is cold, moist and dank. After walking slowly around the tunnel for about 5 minutes, you arrive at a stone table, standing against the wall on your left. On it there are 6 boxes, one of which has your name painted on its lid. If you wish to open the box, turn to 270. And if you prefer to continue walking north, turn to 66.
Okay, so it is coming back to me a little bit.
Mhm.
I know what we should definitely do here.
Uh huh.
We should open the box.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
I believe there'll be a note saying something along the lines of only a fool wouldn't take what is freely given to him.
Okay.
And test my memory.
The lid of the box lifts off easily. Inside you find 2 gold pieces and a note written on a small piece of parchment addressed to you. After placing the gold in your
Well
pocket,
done.
you read the
Oh,
message which
no,
says,
go. Well done. At least you have the sense to stop and take advantage of the token aid given to you. I now can advise you that you will need to find and use several items if you hope to pass triumphantly through my Deathtrap dungeon. Signed, Succumfit.
Memorising the advice of the note, you tear it into tiny pieces and continue north along the tunnel. Well, we're not very helpful for our friends, are they? For our
Competitors.
competitors, that's the word.
I mean, to be fair, if it were me, I would be opening box number 6.
Be like, oh, what's he saying to the other person? Maybe I can take their gold.
Yeah, I'll take all the gold.
Just want to briefly pause and say hello to Harry Eyeball in chat, who's a first-time viewer for us. It's just popped up. We've just started on Deathtrap Dungeon. We've made our first choice, which was to open a box.
It's not cheating. I'm just trying to remember from 13-year-old Ross's experience.
Yeah, I mean, it could be as equally helpful as it could be a hindrance. Like, you might remember something.
Yeah, I might misremember, and then
Yeah.
we'll.
Okay. After walking down the tunnel for a few minutes, you come to a junction. A white arrow painted on one wall points west. On the floor, you can see wet footprints made by those who entered before you. It's hard to be sure, but it looks as though 3 of them have followed the direction of the arrow, while one decided to go east. So now we have a choice of west or east.
And this is as far as my memory goes. No idea.
Okay.
Who are we to question the wisdom of free people?
Yeah. Should we go west? Let's follow the arrow. Following the 3 sets of wet footprints along the west passage of the tunnel, you soon arrive at a junction. If you wish to continue west, following the 2 sets of footprints, turn to 137. If you wish to head north, following the 3rd set of footprints, turn to 387.
I don't know. It's a coin flip, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and
I'll let you decide this one.
I guess we were following the wisdom of those before us. So there's 2 people going going westward.
Mm-hmm.
So that seems like a good shout.
Okay.
Walking along the tunnel, you're surprised to see a large iron bell hanging down from the ceiling. If you wish to ring the bell, turn to 220. If you'd rather walk around it and continue west, turn to 362.
It seems like such a supremely bad idea to ring the bell.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like a reason. Aside from drawing attention to whatever could be around here.
Mm-hmm. And who knows what item that we need that thing might have, or
Yeah.
it might just deafen us.
Yeah. It could just hamper us for heading forward.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody in chat got any thoughts? Shall we ring the bell, or should we just ignore it?
You can ring my bell. My vote's on ignoring it. But who knows if, like, the magic flute all over again.
Oh gosh,
How do we get the magic flute?
how do we get that flute? Ecopunk's in agreement of ignoring it, so let's do that. Let's leave the bell for now. You know, theoretically we can always come back and ring it.
When we die and have to reset.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not that far in.
Yeah.
Leave the bell.
Leave the bell.
Harry Eyeball said to ring it. Never mind.
Oh.
It's too late.
The tunnel veers sharply to the right and continues north as far as you can see. You hear a tremendous commotion in the distance, growling and snarling and howling. You draw your sword and set off in the direction of the noise. Okay. What are we seeing here?
Oh.
Ahead in the dim light you see two hobgoblins fighting, punching and kicking each other furiously. There's a leather bag lying on the floor, and it seems to be this that they're fighting over. Will you try to talk to them, attack them with your sword, or try to slip by them unnoticed?
They don't seem like the talkative types, but
Yeah, I mean, is he?
if I was going to attack them, I'd wait till a victor
Yeah,
emerged.
you know, I'd watch a little bit and then,
Oh, let's talk to them.
yeah.
It's some art though. Look at that.
I know. I think he's one of the hobgoblins is biting the other one's leg.
And punching him in the jaw at the same time.
I think that if I was a betting person, I would bet on that hobgoblin.
Yeah, like he's multitasking.
Yeah. Hairy Eyeball suggesting that we just straight up attack them.
I mean, they might be off guard.
Mm.
It's not a bad shout.
You know, what I would, if I feel there should be a fourth option of try and take the bag.
Yeah, try and take the bag without them noticing.
Yeah. Well, let's.
I'd go with that. Let's smash the hell out of them.
Yeah, we've got a good skill.
Mm-hmm.
Let's attack them with our sword then. Hobgoblins are unprepared for your attack, and you're able to kill the first one before he can draw his sword. You turn to face the remaining hobgoblin, who snarls at you with hatred, and you must fight.
We can be like, I killed that guy for you.
Oh, we didn't change our picture.
Oh no, we're still new worm food. No, that's not.
Oh, we're gonna have to do it after the fight.
Yeah.
Oh, strong start. So for anybody new that's watching, we are the white dice, and we roll our dice and add it onto our scale for our fight.
Yeah. It usually doesn't worry us that much until later on.
Yeah.
Like the first fight is usually a gimme. Like even there, where they roll a 10, we're still gonna win.
Yeah, because we have twice their skill. There we go.
Right, let's sort our face.
Yeah.
So what kind of adventure are we?
So we've got a few options. We're quite skilled.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of moderately lucky. And like a moderate stamina.
I think we should pick a female this time.
Yeah, I think so.
Worm food. Oh. Okay. She looked cool.
Yeah, that was a good adventuring one.
I don't think we were very LV.
I don't think we're very elven either. I quite like that one from before.
Oh, they're cool.
Yeah, I like the hat.
What do people think?
So I think Roscoe's agreeing with the suggestion of trying to just take the back while they were busy. Hairy Eyeball needs blood and is encouraging us to fight. Um, has anyone got any thoughts on a name for our character?
Yeah. What kind of what kind of person? We're a person who doesn't ring a bell, and we follow the crowd.
And we'll also join in a fight of hobgoblins if we see it.
Mm-hmm. We're not like a barbarian, are we? We're
Yeah, we're because
not elegant.
we've been watching the trials for the last 5 years. It says that we'd travel down for it, so we've got to be enthusiastic at least. Personally, I'm awful at names.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't want to pick something based on another character, but I don't want to just like look at a book of baby names. About Heidi.
Hyde is a good name.
I could just have this mental image of someone called Heidi trekking through the woods, and then oregano. Oregano? Really? Okay.
We could be Heidi Oregano.
Heidi Oregano. Yeah. Sure. That was a suggestion from Egopunk there in the chat.
Okay.
And I think that name matches the image.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Well, let's find out what was so valuable to hobgoblins.
Yeah,
I wonder if it's dead rats.
it could be. The hobgoblins have nothing of any use to you on them, so you decide to open the bag on the floor. Inside, you find a corked earthenware jug. You uncork it and sniff the liquid inside. It smells sharp and acrid. Do we want to drink some of the liquid? Or dip a piece of cloth in it?
Let's dip a piece of cloth in it.
Yeah. It's definitely a different option.
Yeah, usually it's drink it or don't drink it.
Acrid smoke rises from the jug as you lower the cloth into it. The liquid is unmistakably acid. You recork the jug and place it in your backpack, hoping it may be of use later. You sheath your sword and press on northwards. Alright, we've got a jug of acid.
I'm glad that Heidi Oregano is not someone who just drinks acid. I feel like we had a character who would have just drunk it because that was their thing.
Yeah.
Eat and drink everything.
Oh gosh. I forgot about eat and drink everything.
Oh, good idea, guys. Okay, let's press on.
The tunnel soon takes another sharp right turn. Following it east, you arrive at a strange obstruction. A line of 12 wooden poles across the tunnel. They are fixed to the walls about half a metre across off the floor and spaced a metre apart. If you wish to step between the poles, turn to 58, and if you wish to walk across the top of the poles, turn to 223.
My heart is telling me that the floor will give out and we should go across the poles.
Yeah, well, I feel like if they put poles there, it's got to be at least fun to walk across the top of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems
Yeah.
like the sensible option to do.
Hmm. You step confidently onto the first pole and stride across it to the next. As you land on the third pole, it immediately releases a shower of sharp splinters, each several centimetres long. You lose 2 luck points. They fly out in all directions at great speed, and you cannot avoid being hit. Roll 2 dice to determine the number of splinters that sink into your flesh. You lose 1 stamina point for each splinter. Oh gosh.
That's. Oh no!
Oh, come on! Oh, we're still alive, but.
But
Ow! Do we want to have a quick snack?
I want to have a quick snack.
Yeah, let's have a quick snack.
And we lost 2 luck as well.
Yeah. Jeez. Okay. You must rest for a long time. Oh. Okay. You must rest for a long time to recover from the wounds caused by the splinters. Eventually, you feel well enough to move along. I thought it was going to give us back the points there. It's going to be like, could we just have a snack?
Hmm.
Okay. The tunnel ends at a junction. The footprints that you have been following turn north, and you decide to stay with them.
Oh, good. Thanks for the
Thanks.
option.
Yeah. You soon come to another junction in the tunnel. One branch leads east, but the wet footprints you've been following continue north, and you decide to follow the trail.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh. The passage opens out into a wide cavern, which is darker but much drier. Ahead you see the footprints gradually fade, then disappear. There's a large idol in the centre of the cavern, standing approximately 6 metres high. It has jewelled eyes, each as big as your fist. There are 2 giant stuffed bird-like creatures standing on either side of the idol. If you wish to climb the idol to take the jewels, turn to 351, and if you wish to walk through the cavern to the tunnel in the opposite wall, turn to 239.
So, this image has triggered a memory. I feel like I'm in a video game. It's like, you've unlocked a memory. We do want one of the jewels,
Mm-hmm.
but one of them is instant death, and one of them is the item needed at the very end, I think.
Oh, okay.
Um, Unfortunately, I don't remember which is which, and I don't think there's any way of telling.
Do we think a bookmark?
Yeah, I think a bookmark.
Okay. I think a bookmark's a good shout, especially if young Ross's memory's stirring, you know?
I think one of them's filled with poison, like poisonous gas.
Oh no. What does I put the bookmark here before we decide to take the jewels?
Yeah.
It's our first bookmark of the night.
Yeah. Drop that save.
Yeah. Okay, let's take some jewels. The idol is very smooth and will be difficult to climb. Do you have any rope? No.
No.
I hate
Okay.
when this happens when you're like, I don't think we've been doing enough to get the rope yet. Slowly and carefully, you begin to climb the idol. You're about to grab hold of its large ear when suddenly your foot slips. Oh, it's a luck test.
Mm-hmm. And we just lost 2 luck. Oh, that's fine.
Oh, that's fine.
Fine.
Okay, so our luck will be 7 now.
So yeah, each time we roll, we have to roll below our luck, and every time we roll for luck, our luck goes down by 1.
Yep. You just manage to grab the idol's earlobe and regain your footing. You scramble across over its face and sit down on the bridge of its nose. You draw your sword and consider which jeweled eye to prize out first. So we've got left or right?
Yeah. Which eye? I
Help
don't
us,
remember.
chat.
It's been 17 years since I was a 13-year-old boy. right is right, right? Says Ego Punk. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? We die?
Yeah, we die, we just clamber
Yeah.
back up, try and survive the luck roll,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah. Alright, let's go for the right. You try to force the point of your sword under the emerald eye. Much to your surprise, it shatters on contact, releasing a jet of poisonous gas straight into your face. The gas knocks you out and you fall backward, bouncing down the aisle to land on the stone floor. Your adventure ends here. Well,
I remembered right.
let's nip back a few pages.
I don't know what you're talking about. So this image has just triggered a memory. Memory is, we need one of those and it's not the right eye.
Okay, so we don't have any rope, so we've got to test our luck again.
It's fine.
We still pass. The left eye is the eye we
I
want.
think, yeah, maybe.
As you touch the emerald eye of the idol, you hear a creaking sound below you. Looking down, you're shocked to see the two stuffed birds taking flight. Their wings flap in jerky movements, but they're soon above you and look set to attack. Fight the flying guardians one at a time, but your skill is reduced by 2 during this combat because of your restricted position. Alright. Well, we're in as best a position as we could be.
Mm-hmm. So their skill 7. That's not the worst. They need to beat us by 3 to do any damage.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah.
And this.
Yeah.
Remember, there's 2 of them. Let's not get too excited.
I know. Oh no.
Oh, come on.
Oh, jeez. No, we can't do it during combat. Just,
Nope.
You know, I thought I could check.
Well, if we do die, we're not going to go that far back.
That's true. But we've got the luck roll to do again.
It just keeps it interesting.
Yeah, it makes it spicy. Okay, we've defeated the first one.
Yeah, but the second one's got 1 higher skill.
No!
So now they only need to beat us by 2. But strangely, they're not going to beat us by 2 a single time.
Mm-hmm.
But this one's just going to be easy. It's going to be surprising how easy this one is. Oh, okay.
Oh no.
What?
Okay.
One more. One more.
Oh. It's a draw, at least.
It's a draw. It's a draw. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. Okay.
Oh, that was tight.
It's too tight. It's a good thing we've got the strength potion.
Yeah. Right, shall I take the strength potion now, or shall I do the next page first?
We can do the next page, because we
Yeah.
can drink it before a fight.
That's true. You look down and see the crumpled bodies of the flying guardians lying motionless on the floor. You start to prise out the emerald's eye with the tip of your sword. At last it comes free, and you're surprised by its weight. Hoping that might be of use later, you put it in your backpack. If you now wish to prize out the right eye, turn to 140. If you'd rather climb down, turn to 46.
You don't even consider the right eye? I mean, Guardians are dead now.
Things might have changed.
I think I did that as a kid. I went left to right,
Oh.
and that's why I remember so vividly. Yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah. Okay, let's climb down. You lower yourself carefully down the idol and wasting no more time in the cavern, run forward to the tunnel in the northern wall.
Should we drink that potion now?
Yeah. Mostly I'm nervous in case something happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's
Where
drink.
it's like you lose 4 hit points if you're still alive. Continue.
Yeah. Yeah, let's use our potion up. There we go. Not much further down the tunnel, you come across a closed door on your left. Putting your ear to the door, you listen intently but hear nothing. If you wish to open it, or do we wish to keep walking north?
Let's see what's behind the. We've not had a door yet.
Yeah, it's our first door. Let's open the door. You enter a room which is small and completely empty. As soon as you're inside, the door slams shut behind you. Suddenly, a voice booms out of nowhere, shouting,
Welcome to Deathtrap Dungeon, the ingenious killer labyrinth of my master adventurer. I trust you will pay respect to my master by shouting out his name. No. He's a worm. Hate that guy. Yeah, I think he's a worm.
You think he's a worm?
Yeah. He's an arsehole.
You made us climb an idol and then get eaten by birds.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
I don't remember this bit, but that was my initial gut reaction.
Well, we've got no disagreements in chat, so let's go for it. Once again, the mysterious voice calls out, only this time, to your great surprise, in a far less threatening tone.
Oh, good. My master likes those who show spirit. Take this gift to help you. It will grant you one wish, but only one wish. Farewell.
A gold ring magically appears out of nowhere and lands at your feet with a gentle tinkle. You pick it up and put it on one of your fingers. The door opens and you step back into the tunnel to continue north. Oh, that was
I
nice.
wish to be at the end of the Deathtrap dungeon.
Yeah, can we use it now?
It seems like a pretty good wish.
Excuse me. Oh! The tunnel twists and turns, but keeps steadily north. Ahead, you see a thin shaft of blue light streaming down from the ceiling to the floor. It sparkles and shimmers, and you can see images of laughing faces in the light. If you wish to walk through the light, or do we wish to walk around the light?
So I remember if you walk through it, they get sad, but I don't remember if it's a bad thing or a good thing. I think it. I want to find out though.
It feels too close to our previous bookmark to bookmark, just for the curiosity.
Oh yeah, we definitely shouldn't bookmark now. Oh, Badger's in the chat. Badger says yummy yummy light. Yep. That's one vote for walking through the light.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely an agreement.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have anybody saying ignore the light, so let's go for it. Into the happy, maybe sad light.
Yeah, definitely sad on the inside. Oh, it's a metaphor.
As soon as your head goes under the blue light, you hear the sound of muffled voices. The faces are no longer laughing, but they've changed their expressions to ones of despair and anguish. A young girl's sad face hovers in front of you. and she begins to whisper a poem. Transfixed, you listen intently, believing that she has a special message for you as she recites.
When the corridor doth water meet, do not make a quick retreat. Take a breath and jump deep in, if your trial you hope to win.
Memorizing memorizing the Spirit Girl's poem, you step through the shaft of light and quickly head on north. Okay, have we memorized it?
Jump in the water.
Yeah. Don't run away, just jump in the water. You come to an arched doorway set in the right-hand wall of the tunnel. The heavy stone door is closed, but there's an iron latch and a round handle. Do you want to try the door, or keep walking along the tunnel? I think we try the door.
Oh,
Worst that happens is we can shut the door again.
oh, worst that happens is instant death. But
Yeah, but, you know,
door.
door. Lifting the latch and pushing the heavy stone door open, you find yourself in a large cavern. The light is dim and murky, but as your eyes begin to adjust, you see that the walls are covered in green algae and running with moisture. The floor is strewn with straw. The atmosphere is warm, damp and fetid, and a soft humming sound fills the air. You step gingerly through the straw towards a corner of the cavern, where there appears to be a shallow pit. Peering warily into the pit, you're disgusted to see a mass of pale, writhing worms, some as much as 1/2 metre long. Utterly nauseated, you're about to turn away, when you notice that their undulating bodies are swarming around a dagger, its point held fast in a crack in the pit floor. The hilt is cased in black leather, studded with opals, and the blade is fashioned from a strange reddish-black, burnished metal you've never seen before. You long to touch the dagger, but this would mean plunging your hand in among the writhing worms. What do we think? Are we disgusted by the worms, or do we go for the dagger?
I sort of remember what happens, so I want you to decide.
Okay. I feel like we should go for the dagger. Because, you know, we've had birds flying at us. We had, like, this epiphany where there's an exploding eye of gas. It feels like we should go for it.
I mean, chat is agreeing with you.
Yeah.
And I'm agreeing with you too. I think the dagger's a good thing, but we're about to get attacked by a giant bird. I think that's what happens.
Fair enough. Taking a deep breath, you lean over the pit and plunge your forearm into the massive wriggling worms. They are cold and clammy and feel extremely nasty, but at least they are harmless and you are able to seize the dagger by the hilt. You give it a hard tug and it comes away from the crack in which the tip was embedded. Admiring its beauty and wondering whether it might have once belonged to some luckless contestant, you put the opal-studded dagger firmly in your belt and leave the cavern. As you make your way back to the doorway, the buzzing sound increases in intensity, and you look around desperately to discover where it's coming from. Glancing up in the nick of time, you see the huge and grotesque black shape of a giant fly emerging from a recess high up in the cavern wall. As it gets closer, you realise that it is at least 1.5 metres long. Its opaque wings vibrate, making the sickening buzzing noise you can hear, and its 6 black hairy legs are poised to grasp your body. Below its multifaceted eyes is a long, shiny black proboscis, which darts in and out venomously. You've stolen the giant fly's treasure from her brood of maggots, and you must take the consequences. Test your luck. Oh no!
Bird, fly, like, they're interchangeable.
I don't think it's fair to test your luck. Why can't we just stab it? Oh.
It's fine. We've got quite high luck.
Oh, we did it. Now we have a luck of 6.
So we only just did it.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Touch with tongue? No, don't touch with tongue.
No, do not. No. Do not lick the maggot dagger.
Let's not call it the maggot dagger.
Magic dagger? You manage to evade the outstretched legs of the diving giant fly. Stepping back, you draw your sword and prepare to fight the hideous insect as it turns to attack you again. Oh, it's time to fight.
We're able to escape at some point.
Oh, okay. So you can escape by
You,
running back into the tunnel to head north. That's
okay, well, maybe that option will come up halfway through the fight.
yeah. We'll bear that in mind.
Oh, look, it's right there.
Oh,
Although I think we can take him. Look, skill of 7. What is he?
yeah. We're not even hindered this time.
Oh, right, yeah. So it needs to beat us by 5. Oh, yeah, let's go. Let's go. Maggots are not forbidden gummies. Take that back.
Oh no! No, no, no!
Easy.
Sorry. Harry Eyeball says fight. Fight is the only solution.
Yep.
Badger buns. Some maggots are just gummies, not forbidden. No. Do not
I
the
mean,
chew.
Technically, not forbidden. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like,
You do you, Badger.
yeah. If you want to eat the maggots, then you know that that's on you. To be fair, they are quite big, so they've probably got at least, you know, some nutritional value to them.
Hakuna Matata.
You wipe the vile yellow slime from the blade of your sword and walk quickly to the door, back into the tunnel and head north. The tunnel ends shortly at a junction. Looking left and right, you see a narrow passage disappearing into the dim distance. Oh gosh. So,
Oh, this is just one of those arbitrary left and rights.
yeah,
Shall we drop a bookmark on that?
I think so. Like we've done a decent,
Chunk.
yeah. Yeah, let's drop a bookmark down. I kind of wish you could name your bookmarks,
Mm-hmm.
so you could say like what's on the page.
Yeah. We'll just have to remember.
Yeah. Should we try west or east? You got any gut feelings?
Nope. Although number 68 does annoy me.
Let's think. I'm trying to like mentally picture what direction we've been moving in. So we went west for a while, then north for a bit, and then east for a bit.
I kind of like got mixed up with the decisions that were made for us.
Yeah, that's fair. So
Flip a coin, really.
yeah. Do I have? I have a dice. If it's odd, we'll go west, and if it's even, we'll go east. It's odd. We're going west.
Okay.
Oh! Ahead you hear the sound of rocks being ground and crushed. The noise grows louder and suddenly you realise the wall on your right is starting to collapse. Terrified, you watch as a large, hideous, worm-like creature with a gaping mouth and extraordinarily powerful mandibles slithers through a hole in the wall. Its great jaws continue to crunch the rock as it turns its head slowly from side to side, feeling the cool air in the tunnel. It appears to be totally blind, but seems to know of your presence, perhaps sensing the heat of your body. It starts to slither towards you with its mandibles wide apart to attack.
Okay.
Do we want to fight the rock grub, or do we want to run away?
I mean, he did look kind of cute.
He did look kind of cute, but there's no option to try and befriend him.
Look at his eyes. Sticking out.
Just wanna like give him a little tickle.
I think fight is the only option.
I think we fight. We can escape after 2 attack rounds if we want to.
Or is this where we're gonna find out it's like skill 12?
Oh gosh. It's gonna be like the Ice Queen all over again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
Oh,
not so
it's
bad.
skill 7, but it's got lots of stamina.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot. See. We don't even have to roll that well.
Yeah.
That's just embarrassing now.
I know. Oh, there we go. Gotta hit him.
Mm-hmm. Can we give the rock grub a chance to escape? Is that okay?
Yeah. Can we just like not attack?
Did you ever play the game Rayman?
Yeah.
It's like your first boss fight is fighting a mosquito, and at the end of it, it gets all sad, and you befriend it.
Oh gosh, yeah, I forgot about that. You feel really guilty because you're like, oh man, I was beating on you.
Yeah.
Okay, we were triumphant.
Mhm.
You step around the great bulk of the dead rock grub and peer into the darkness of its borehole. You can only see a few meters, but are able to make out that it inclines slightly and is wet from the secreted slime of the rock grub. Do we want to go through the borehole, or do we want to keep on going west along the tunnel?
Explore the borehole.
I think we should go for the borehole.
Yeah.
Seems like a fun thing.
I feel like that's. It's either a good idea or a bad idea. I know, helpful, but.
But I know what you mean, yeah. It's either going to be really good or really bad.
Mm-hmm. There
Okay.
is no middle.
Alright, let's give it a go. Trapping the side of the borehole with your sword, you tread your way blindly through the sticky slime. You follow its twisting and turning course for what seems an age, and begin to wonder where it might lead. Suddenly you hear a slithering sound up ahead. You freeze with fear, your eyes desperately trying to pierce the pitch-black darkness. Before you realise what is happening, you are gripped round the neck by the powerful mandibles of another rock grub. It was the mate of the rock grub you killed, and has been attracted to the smell of blood on your sword. It squeezes harder until your neck snaps like a small twig, and your adventure ends here.
I feel like that's fair play. We killed her mate.
Yeah.
So let's bookmark back.
Yeah.
But I think that might be a good place to have a quick 10-minute break.
I think so, yeah. So we will be back about 25 minutes